Welcome to Charles Travels, the show where we explore the world's most fascinating stories and adventures. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to have you join me today. As we embark on this journey together, let's start with a thought-provoking tale from the eastern suburbs of Sydney, Australia. Imagine a newborn photo shoot, a moment of joy and celebration for any family. But what happens when things take an unexpected turn? That's exactly what occurred at Natalia Mikhailova's Matraville studios in May 2021. A family arrived for a photo shoot with their weeks-old baby, only to find themselves in the midst of a heated dispute with a photographer. As we delve into this story, we're reminded that even in the most unexpected places, conflicts can arise. The family and the photographer had different expectations, and their interactions quickly escalated. A mobile phone video captured the tense exchange, with the photographer allegedly threatening to spray cleaning chemicals on the baby. The baby's mother was understandably horrified, and the incident ultimately led to the photographer being charged with common assault. As we reflect on this story, we're reminded of the importance of communication and understanding in our daily interactions. The photographer claimed that the video was doctored, and she felt victimized by the baby's mother. Meanwhile, the family felt traumatized by the experience. The case ultimately went to court, with the photographer being found not guilty due to lack of evidence. But what's truly fascinating about this story is the aftermath. The photographer, Natalia Mikhailova, attempted to claim $99,000 in legal costs, citing lost income and medical expenses. However, her claims were thrown out, and she was left feeling frustrated and anxious. As we explore this story further, we're reminded that the consequences of our actions can be far-reaching and unpredictable. As we take a break from this thought-provoking tale, I invite you to reflect on the complexities of human interaction. How do we navigate conflicts and misunderstandings in our own lives? What can we learn from this story about the importance of empathy and effective communication? We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we continue our journey across America, we find ourselves at the intersection of food, culture, and tradition. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story that reveals the complexities of the seafood industry. Imagine savoring a plate of succulent shrimp at a high-end restaurant, expecting it to be fresh from the Gulf of Mexico or the coastal waters of Maine. But what if I told you that some of these expensive seafood restaurants are actually serving pond-raised shrimp from Asia? As we explore this story, we're reminded that the food on our plates often has a longer journey than we think. Erin Williams, an expert from Seed Consulting, which tests seafood, shares with us the surprising truth about the origins of shrimp in U.S. restaurants. According to Williams, it's not uncommon for restaurants to use farmed and imported shrimp rather than local and wild-caught options. Let's take a moment to appreciate the rich flavors and textures of seafood, and the people who work tirelessly to bring it to our tables. From the fishermen who brave the open waters to the chefs who craft exquisite dishes, every step in the process is a testament to human ingenuity and tradition. However, as we delve deeper into this story, we're also confronted with the realities of globalization and the impact of industrial farming on local communities. As we travel through the back roads of America, we often come across small-town seafood markets and family-owned restaurants that proudly serve fresh, locally caught seafood. These hidden gems are not only a treat for our taste buds but also a celebration of regional differences and local character. They remind us that food is not just about sustenance, it's about community, tradition, and the connection between people and place. In this age of increasing awareness about food sourcing and sustainability, stories like these encourage us to think more deeply about the choices we make when dining out. By supporting local fisheries and restaurants that prioritize transparency and quality, we can help preserve the dignity of ordinary work and promote a healthier relationship between our plates and the planet. As we pause to reflect on this story, I invite you to consider your own experiences with seafood and the importance of knowing where your food comes from. Whether you're a seasoned foodie or just starting to explore the world of culinary delights, the journey of discovery is always flavorful and enlightening. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, folks. As we wrap up another episode of exploring the world around us, I want to take a moment to reflect on the power of community and the importance of listening to one another's voices. Today, we're going to talk about a story that's been making headlines in the music world, and it's a complex one. You may have heard about the controversy surrounding Marilyn Manson's upcoming UK tour. The artist, known for his provocative stage presence and music, has been at the center of allegations of abuse and misconduct. While he has denied these claims, many have called for him to be held accountable and for his shows to be cancelled. As I traveled through the news stories about this issue, I was struck by the passion and conviction of those on both sides of the debate. On one hand, there are those who believe that Manson's music and message are an important part of the artistic landscape and that he should be allowed to perform without censorship. On the other hand, there are those who argue that his presence on stage is a slap in the face to survivors of abuse and that it perpetuates a culture of harm. As I listened to the voices of survivors, advocates, and community leaders, I was reminded of the importance of creating safe spaces for everyone. The city of Brighton, where Manson's show was originally scheduled to take place, has a reputation for being a welcoming and inclusive community. And yet, the prospect of Manson's performance sparked widespread concern among local residents and organizations who support survivors of abuse. The cancellation of Manson's show in Brighton is a testament to the power of collective action and the importance of listening to marginalized voices. It's a reminder that our words and actions have consequences, and that we must be mindful of the impact we have on those around us. As travelers, we often find ourselves in unfamiliar places, encountering new cultures and perspectives. And it's in these moments that we're called to be curious, empathetic, and open-minded. We're called to listen deeply to the stories of others and to consider the ways in which our own actions might affect those around us. So as we close out today's episode of Charles Travels, I want to leave you with a question. What does it mean to be a responsible traveler? Not just in the physical sense, but also in the way we engage with the world around us. How can we use our voices and actions to create a more just and compassionate world? That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep on traveling.